Hey, welcome everybody. This is another edition of What Makes This Photo Great. And today we're looking at a photographer from Atlanta, still life, beauty, people photographer, and a true artist in every sense of the word. His work has been featured in great ads, award-winning ads, as well as on the walls of art galleries and art museums all over the world. I first met this photographer on the pages of the Black Book, I believe. Could have been the workbook, but fell instantly in love with his absolute perfection. And when I think of his name, that's the word. That's the word that pops into my mind is perfection. He takes a very controlled look and a very controlled photograph and puts everything he has into it to make it the most perfect photograph he possibly can make. This is Parish Kohanim in Atlanta, Georgia. Parish Kohanim is a commercial photographer. He's still there. He's still got a wonderful studio, got great clients, doing wonderful work today. Let's start out with this beautiful still life here. Parish started out doing still lifes, product, etc. back in his when he first started photography, and you can see how it shows in the work. Look at the perfection in this photograph, from the composition, including a little bit of the reflectance of the light source up here on this moderately shiny surface. It's a little bit of light coming up in here, and notice how the little bit of light comes up where the flower folds over, and we get a little bit of a dark edge on the flower and a little bit of a bright background down here. Now down in the dark areas of the background, we have bright areas on the flower. Pretty clever, isn't it? We see that here. We see these beautiful bright areas here. We see all this detail. Look at the detail in this stuff. I know when he was shooting film, he shot large format, any format, probably every format. But a lot of stuff like this was done on large format. I don't know if he's doing digital or large format film now. I don't think it really matters. I think what matters is the image up to par. And as you can see, this is a stunning image. I would print this, put it on my wall. I'd love to buy a print from Parish. I just think his work is astounding. Let's take a look at, as we go through here, I gravitated a little bit from doing still life to doing people. Now here's a photograph, which is extremely interesting to me. Look at the perfection of the costume that the dancer is wearing here. Do you see it? I mean, it's perfectly down the top of their head, perfectly over the shoulders. If this wasn't fitting right or had squiggly lines where it, was pulling one way or pulling another, it just wouldn't pull it off. Look at the line coming straight down the arm right to this between the knuckles there. Look at that. It's just, I was saying perfection, right? And then look at the background. We'll take this person wearing this human element type of skin lines and black lines, white lines together, but we've got the heads and shoulders and arms and stuff, and then put them against a very static background with a horizon, which is very clever, with a horizon, and look at the amazing depth that we have in the picture. It almost makes your eyes go all googly-eyed when you look at it. It's really, really wild. Parish Kohanim is now, he shoots everything, but he's doing much more people, I think, in his portfolio now than anything else. This next shot was a series of images that he did that I just thought were incredible. And he used this giant ball in the studio. And yes, the dancers are actually up on this ball doing, this is not Photoshop. They're actually doing these dances up on the ball. And then they would then grab the ball and slide down to the ground and all kinds of things. But they just incredible. Look at the perfect. My wife's a dancer. When she saw this, she goes, "Oh my God, that's perfect extension." Young lady has absolutely perfect extension. Look at his hands reaching up. Look at his hand going this way. Look at hers. I mean, they're just absolutely perfect. I know I keep using that word a lot, but that's the kind of work it is. You can see it's kind of minimalist too, right? Let's go back to the first shot. Kind of a minimalist approach. This isn't, flowers on an old wood table with a bunch of old pruning shears type of photograph that we might see some other wonderful photographers do. This is, nope, let's just show the flowers. Let's get them right out there. Same with our subject here. And obviously the same with our dancers. And notice the light. Yes, we've got light in the ball, but notice the light on this edge of the dancer, on this edge of the dancer here. We got light on that edge of the dancer. We don't have any light coming from over here that's giving us a necessary an edge, but we do have beautiful fill light. So we do have a perfectly exposed image of the dancers on the globe. I love it. He can also, this next piece is kind of a minimalist piece in that it's not really a set, it's really a painted background. And he has a whole series of these types of portraits, but it just, look at the perfection in everything from the wardrobe to the way the model is sitting. Look at the way her shoulders just come up here and then just fold right down into the chair. Beautiful hands. If you want to get some ideas what to do with hands, here's a couple of great ideas with hands. And look at that big, beautiful, incredible soft light that comes in here, hits the plate of the face, takes the neck with it, and then starts to soften down here. If we look at her hands and we look at her face, we'll see that the light is a little bit brighter on her face than it is on her hands. So the light has a little bit of a vignette to it, and it makes her just pop out of the background spectacularly. It's an incredible shot. It's like you can look at it forever and see all the lace and the detail, and everything is lit up, even down into the shadows. He's created a nice ambient that is lighting up all the shadows and keeping them alive in the shot, and it's just a great shot. As I call it, what makes this photo great? This is a great shot. So is this one, by the way, from a series called, I believe, Metallica or Metallic. The girls are painted with a kind of a metallic paint, and there's glitter and sparkle and all over the place. I'm sure it was a job to clean it up, but again, perfection. Look at the hand. Look at the finger, 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 finger. The hand looks totally relaxed. Look how it comes up and bends this way. The hand is totally relaxed in this serpentine mode, as well as the hand above, all the way down. The little finger coming out, but all four fingers easily seen. And the great little tiny bit of spray light that's going on back there, right through the image, just keeps the shadow side of the image against something bright. Over here, the dark side of the fingers against something bright. It's a beautifully composed, a beautifully created image. I hope you like this stuff as much as I do. This blue on blue theme, this sort of metallic thing. There's nothing in these photographs. There's nothing in most of Parish's work that would make you think, oh, I don't have access to that. I don't have an XKE, or I don't have a studio that's 50,000 square feet, or what all, we all got a list of stuff we don't have. But Parish's work is so special because he's not using anything special, and yet he's creating amazing photographs. The last two we're going to shut out are from a dance series that he did. This one is my favorite. The other foot and leg is back behind her, so it looks like she's just on one leg here. All of the red background, the spotlight, the red dress and everything, and with just her face in sort of the natural tones coming out of all the red. It's really spectacular. It's an amazing piece. Notice the lighting. If you're wondering where the lighting is coming from, I think a lot of the lighting is coming from the back, and I also think that there's some light up front, or we couldn't get the light on the face. So it's beautifully done technically, as far and as well, it's beautifully done as a concept. This one, I think, is one of the most spectacular pieces of dance photography I've seen. Um, the young lady is completely off the floor. She's got this great flowing um, costume that's just incredible to look at. And look at her perfect position. My wife uh, noticed the hands. That's perfect hands, perfect all the way through here. Her shoulders are very relaxed. Her neck is up. She's obviously a real dancer. I don't think there's any doubt about that. She's a real dancer. And she is literally in the air. An amazing photograph, not only for the costuming and the dancer, but for the idea and for the very simple set. The shadow gives us dimension. We can't have the shot without the shadow. And then that very soft, textured wall back there gives us a nice feeling. Notice it's a little bit of a cool tone to the wall with these very warm tones in front of it, from skin all the way down through the costume, very warm against a very cool gray background. So let's go back up. This is another dance shot. Here is this great shot with the blue metallic paint. Portrait on against a painted backdrop. The dancers on the big giant ball. This really cool piece, and of course this great still life. Check down below. Parish Kohanim is a photographer. He's got a lot of links that we will have attributed to below. And if you like what I'm doing here and you like the channel here, hit the subscribe. I don't care about the bell. In fact, I'm kind of like, you've got enough distractions in your life. You don't need the bell. But if you hit the little subscribe, at least you can, when you're checking YouTube, you can see I put something up new. I'm trying to do more and more new stuff, so I hope you enjoy it. This is What Makes This Photo Great, Parish Kohanim. Y'all have a great day.